I have a sort of longer-term perspective on all this. As Councilmember Leventhal said, we've been around, and this is our 16th and final budget. And I am reminded of how hard this is always, and I do appreciate the dedication and hard work of everyone who's participated. It's not easy to get it right, to choose all the projects that we'd like to fund. And there are many wonderful programs that come before us, and we just can't do it all, as you know. Resources are finite, and we do our best to support what we can while delivering a balanced and responsible budget. I think I've said this in past years, but I always like to quote the Rolling Stones at this point, which is, of course, you can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. And I think that's reflected in this budget. I particularly want to thank Marlene Michelson. It's her first year of managing this chaos, and I think she's done a really good job. And we couldn't manage, of course, without all our staff who's worked really hard on this. Certainly my Chief of Staff, Judy Jablow, who's been in there fighting for me, and input from all our stakeholders and the community at large. After 16 years, I wanted to comment on what we've been through here. Since back in 2003, which was the year that I first approved a budget, and I'm going to speak for Mr. Leventhal here, although he hasn't approved this. In 2003, our population was 936,000. We've grown 12.2% then to over 1 million. And this year we plan to approve a fiscal 19 budget that totals $5.56 billion, supports over 10,000 county employees. That, my friends, is about a 90% increase over my first budget, which is a 3.0 budget, $3.0 billion budget, and we had about 8,900 county employees. With this budget, we continue our strong commitment to education to fund MCPS at $2.6 billion to support the current enrollment of 163,000 plus students and 22,000 plus employees. This is about a 66% increase from 04, where we funded MCPS at $1.5 billion with an enrollment of 139,000 plus kids and 19,000 plus employees. It's my hope that the next council and all future Montgomery County councils will continue this strong support for education, but while working really hard to achieve real equity, and I mean real equity, between our schools. Of course, the people who move forward are really going to have to keep a keen eye on the future. Interestingly, I don't know what the campaign forums are like, because I'm not going to them this year, but typically these budget decisions are our most important responsibility, and it doesn't come up that much on the campaign trail. But we have to be accountable by being prudent stewards of our county's fiscal future, by maintaining a healthy fiscal reserve and our retirees' health benefits. We really do safeguard our AAA bond rating and financial flexibility, as Council Vice President Navarro has alluded to. I am reminded of that awful year we had during the recession, where we had to make some awful difficult decisions. And we still continue the struggle to restore funding while facing all the new challenges that confront us. For example, we're rightly proud of our parks and recreation facilities and programs. Those programs were and departments were really hard hit during the recession, and we're still trying to bring their budgets back to restore them to pre-recession levels so we can expand and enhance experiences and services that people have come to take for granted here and really are part of the environment that makes us the great place we are. I do believe we have a terrific future ahead of us, and I'm encouraged by our economic development opportunities. Our employment rate, when I started back in 2003, was 3.3%, and that's where it is today. The county's rate is lower than both the state and national unemployment rate, which is 4.1%. Our gross economic output, I love this fact, is $89.9 billion, which this is a measure of the total size of the county's economy. Overall, this figure has grown 36.4% since 2003. That's pretty good. George. If Montgomery County were an independent country, we would place 66th in the world. That is not bad. Way to go, Montgomery County. Here's another encouraging fact. Since 2003, our assessable base, or real property, has grown 115.7%. That's the increase in value of Montgomery County. Our weighted tax rate, the property rate charge, we haven't finalized that, but it's not going to change. Ultimately, it has decreased by 2.3% since then. And let's not forget the income tax offset credit, which we began in fiscal year 2006 at $116, and now that's $692. That's the benefit that all owner-occupied properties receive. I am unequivocally optimistic about Montgomery County's future, and I am hopeful, though, that the next council will be wise and restrained in spending our residents' money. We never know what the future will bring, but our fiscal strength is what makes it possible for us to weather it. Thank you.